98FM's Dublin Talks. Call 6797 981.
And good morning to you. It is Friday morning, Friday the 14th of February, which is, of course, if you haven't, where have you been, if you don't realise, that today is the biggest Hallmark day of the year. Oh, no, sorry, that sounds a bit cynical, doesn't it? Today is, of course, the day of love and romance. It's Valentine's Day. And in just a second, I want to tell you about a great prize that I have to give away. But because it is Valentine's Day today, and to celebrate, the 98FM Thunders are spreading the love on the streets of Dublin today. And if you were around Stephen's Green from midday today, you'll find the 98FM Thunders with special speech bubbles. And what you do is you write your message of love and you share it with someone special on social using the hashtag 98FMLoveIt, and you could win some very special Valentine's treats. So look out for the 98FM crew from midday today around St. Stephen's Green. Keep an eye out for them, and some great prizes to be given away throughout the afternoon from midday today. Now, because it is Valentine's Day, it's one of those days that you either love it or you hate it. And if you hate it, it's because you don't get into it. If you love it, it's because he's oh so romantic and he really spoils you rotten. Well, because it's Valentine's Day, we're calling on all young guns, bad boys and cowboys and angels to give her everything she wants this Valentine's Day at Harry's on the Green. Yeah, we're teaming up with our friends at Harry's on the Green to give one lucky couple a cool €250 to enjoy for a night out. You can also head along to their official George Michael tribute event taking place tonight, featuring Norris Stevens. So if you fancy going along, you could win this prize. Now, here's what we want to do. Because I often feel sorry for, especially the ladies, who, get nothing on Valentine's Day. Because for lots of you listening today will be a very romantic day. He'll spoil you rotten. He'll take you out. He'll wine and dine you. He'll have lovely flowers for you. Now, I was a very good boy. I did get a card, and I did get her a beautiful bunch of flowers, if I say so myself. They were lovely. And she likes that. And I would probably take her out somewhere this evening. However, there are many women who will be forgotten about today and get absolutely nothing or something pathetic. Now, I'm not talking about you if you're necessarily single, because, you probably won't. But if you are a woman who is in a relationship, I want to find out whether you got nothing or something pathetic from the man in your life. Okay, you're in a relationship with a man who wouldn't know romance if it slapped him across the face. Are you a woman who is with a man who's never taken you out on Valentine's Day? Barely get a Valentine card from your fella? Are you a woman in a relationship with zero romance? If so, we want to hear from you, and then we may reward you, if we feel so sorry for you, with a 250 quid to spend in Harry's on the Green. Very nice, isn't it? 250 quid. You could have one big night out. You could have lots of small nights out. It's totally up to you what you do with it. Or you could take him for a night out. Or, just to spite him, go out with all the girls for a night out at Harry's on the Green. And yes, this is quite sexist, Adrian. Why only women? What about men who get nothing for Valentine's Day? Now, stop being a child now. Valentine's Day is about the ladies, lads. I'm sorry for your troubles, but it is. So, I want to hear from you on 6797 981. If you are a lady who has never, and you're in a relationship, and he just does nothing, never has and probably never will, call me right now on 6797 981. You can text, you can WhatsApp, or you can send a WhatsApp voice note to 0877 98 98 98. 0877 98 98 98. If you are that poor soldier, or I just want to hear from you. Share your tragedy with us on 6797 981. Now, line one. Sorry, who's on line one? Hello?
Hello.
Hi, who's that?
This is Suzanne.
Hello, Suzanne. How are you?
Well, do you know, Adrian, I wasn't feeling too bad this morning, you know, and then I came into the kitchen and I got a box of Loop-de-Loops.
A box of?
Loop-de-Loops. Do you know the ice pops?
With the green and the yellow and the bit of chocolate on the top?
Yeah.
A box of Loop-de-Loops?
A box of... Well, you see, I had a hysterectomy 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
And so he's going in and out of the school and doing all the good things.
Fair play, okay.
What he said yesterday was, he was late coming home, and I said, where did you go? And I flew into Aldi, and I thought, that sounds promising for tomorrow. That sounds promising.
Well, you set your sights really high there, Suzanne, but go on anyway.
Adrian, you don't know him. If he was any more easygoing, he'd stop a clock. So,
right, go on.
I woke up to 2 packets of, you know, the big black crisps.
Big bags?
Sensations. The Sensations.
Oh, those ones, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they're posh.
Yeah. They're 2 bags of them.
Yeah.
2 Galaxies. And a box of Loop-de-Loops. And I'm thinking, I'm only after losing 4 stone, Adrian, right? I'm thinking, I'm going to kill you. But I was talking to somebody. I swear to Jesus, that's not the worst.
So, sorry, Loop-de-Loops.
Loop-de-Loops, Galaxy, and 2 packs of crisps.
Right, now,
you know,
did he even get you a card?
I got the card.
You got a card.
It was a better card than last year. There was an Ask Up the Stories joke in last year's. This year it was just from Alan. So now you know his name. Now it's Alan. And he's very good other ways, Adrian, but the romance, I'd be giving out, there'd just be killing in the house over the romance. There's never any.
So when was the last time he did something romantic for you? Now, you could argue that a box of Loop-de-Loops, 2 packets of Sensations and a Galaxy is very romantic, although I could imagine most people would say it's not. What's the most romantic thing he ever did? Or did he ever do anything romantic?
I tell you, the only time he ever did anything, the only big gesture I ever got was he brought me to Jersey. My friend lived in Jersey. He brought me to Jersey 21 years ago and he proposed in Jersey. That was it.
And that was it then? It all went tragically downhill after that?
Adrian, I don't want to be coursing at 10 o'clock in the morning. I got a pair of runners one Christmas and a fleece. The fleece came free with the runners. Right. It's not me now. But the fleece I'm like, what? So another year, for Valentine's Day, I got a kettlebell another year, and I'm like, it was even a cheap Tesco one, you know, that ripped the hand off you. I was like, oh, stop. So I had 2 kids then eventually, and it took me a long time to have the kids. It took a long time, so I eventually had them. So Fiacre's 17 now, and I haven't been out for Valentine's night since he was born.
Oh, I want to come over and give you a cuddle, Suzanne.
Adrian, I have to tell you, the last time I was talking to you, I was on crutches, and I had a knee replacement in September, and I'm like, a bit of romance would go down great right now.
What's his name?
You know? Pardon?
What's his name?
His name is Alan.
Alan, if you're listening, will you get your act together for God's sake? Okay,
and
hopefully.
Then he moved me out to the country, so a night in Stephen Square, Harry's on the Green. Adrian, I'd love to go back into town.
Yeah.
Haven't been in town in 14 years.
Oh, Jesus.
Jesus.
Okay, thanks, Suzanne. Keep listening. We'll announce the winner a little bit later on. God love her. Lynn.
Hello.
There is, like I said, I'm a good boy today. I gave her a big bunch of flowers and they're beautiful and a lovely card and whatever. So I'm a good boy today. But you got a lovely gift.
Yeah, I got a Hoover and a long-handled duster. I don't know if that was like a hint, like doing a bit more housework or what it was.
And when was this lovely gift?
This was just last Valentine's Day.
Oh, last Valentine's Day. What about today?
Well, we both left very early for work today, so I don't know if he has done anything. But last year was the Hoover and a thank you card.
And a thank you card?
Yeah.
What was the thank you card for?
Well, you know, thank you for being my Valentine, but it wasn't a Valentine's Day card. It was just a thank you.
It was a thank you card.
Yeah.
That's like somebody saying to you, you saying to somebody, I love you, and them just saying back, thanks.
Yeah. No, in fairness, it's a great Hoover, but...
had you been asking for a Hoover?
I hadn't asked for one. I don't really like housework.
Well, maybe so it was a bit of a dig at you, was it?
Just like, a bit of a hint, like maybe, do a bit more Hoover. But I was very sensitive last year because I was pregnant as well at the time. The extra bit of romance would have been nice, when you're...
So did the Hoover go down like a lead balloon?
I think it was more the shock that he'd actually rememred to get them for Valentine's Day. It was like, wow, okay, thanks.
Because I can tell you, if I arrived home, and even though the Hoover is more expensive than the flowers that I got her, if I arrived home with a brand new Hoover for you, I'd be wearing it. That's the truth. I would be.
It has been a good funny talking point though with
I'm sure it has.
Yeah, but it wasn't the worst. Like, he has gotten me other weird things. Like, he got me a cactus one year for Valentine's Day as well.
A cactus?
A cactus, yeah. He doesn't do flowers, so a cactus.
Right, now, you were both left early this morning, and he didn't even bother his arse to leave a card for you. Have you high hopes for today?
No.
Oh.
I might get something else, like, you know, a new dishcloth or a new basin or something like that. Now, a bit of a hint. Come on. Okay,
to find out if romance is alive in your house, if you were to win the prize of €250 to spend in Harry's on the Green, would you bring him or would you go out with somebody else?
Oh, no, I'd bring him, because he is very good now. He's a very good husband, but romance isn't his thing. He needs that kind of extra nudge, you know?
Okay, right, okay. Stay listening to the show then. And, sorry, is the Hoover still working?
Pardon?
Is the Hoover still working?
It is indeed, yeah. I do actually love it. You know, it's actually a great present. It's one of those...
Just not for Valentine's Day.
I can, fly around with it.
That's brilliant. All right, thanks very much, Lynn. Shauna sent us this WhatsApp voice note about her useless fella.
Hey, Adrian. Yeah, so my partner, I think he just felt a bit kind of under pressure because I got him like new clothes and stuff, and they all got delivered yesterday. So he was at home yesterday and I was like, look, you can open them, let me know if they fit you, if not we can bring them back. That was grand, delighted, spent a small fortune on them. Got home from work last night and he hands me a card. I was like, oh, a card, great. Then I opened the card and it was scratch cards to the value of maybe €6 or €8. Nothing did I win. Didn't win a penny, so that was fine. Then he turns around to me and says, well, you're lucky because I got a scratch card when I was getting your scratch cards and I won €40 or something on it. Raging. But anyway, never have we gone out on Valentine's night because he doesn't see the point of it. So look, anyway, we've just lived to learn. We've learned to live with it maybe for the last 6 years.
Thank you, Shauna. Keep them coming in. I have a great prize to give away. You could win yourself a night out at Harry's on the Green with a fantastic €250 tab. So you can have a lovely dinner, a few drinks, and get all romantic. Now, you can go this evening if you want. If you win, you can go this evening because they have a special George Michael tribute event featuring the brilliant Norris Stevens. That's on this evening in Harry's on the Green. But you don't have to go tonight. You can use it whenever you want. Okay? Now, we're hearing about lots of very, very, very unromantic men. Danielle.
Hey.
How are you, Danielle?
Great.
Now, come on, tell me your story.
I've been seeing a fella for a couple of weeks and he sent me out an outfit and underwear and shoes to wear for tonight. And he came to my house yesterday with a different girl's name on it.
No!
Yeah. I checked.
So hang on. So how long are you going out with this fella?
Only a few weeks. Like, it's nothing going strong or anything.
Right.
Not Tinder.
Right.
But yeah, he's a charmer.
So his Valentine's gift to you was a collection of knickers and underwear and stuff, was it?
Yeah, and a dress and shoes to wear tonight.
Oh, and a dress and shoes, Jesus.
Yeah.
Right, and...
and he came yesterday and he had a different girl's name on it.
Oh,
so
my
I went
God.
on to Facebook and I found her and pictures of our man.
So, sorry, is he with her?
Yes, he has a girlfriend.
Oh, no!
Yes, I didn't know anything about her. So I don't know whether it's her account, whether it's her card, or what it is, whether it's his card and he just has the account and he uses it for both of us.
So...
Because he doesn't want to pay extra in delivery.
Not only did you get knickers and a dress and everything addressed to somebody else, now do you think it was meant for her?
No, it was meant for me because we'd had the conversation, but he forgot to change the name. So it came in her name to my address.
Oh, my God almighty. Now, so you've subsequently found out that this is actually his girlfriend.
Yeah.
And he's playing offside with you. You didn't know anything about this. Now, have you contacted him?
I sent him just a screenshot of the parcel and a picture of him and her from Facebook, and then blocked him.
And that's it?
Yeah, that's it. I haven't heard that from today. I sent it this morning saying Happy Valentine's Day.
Oh my God.
So he knows now that I know.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I've nowhere to go. I've no one to go with now tonight, but I have a nice outfit and shit.
I'm sure you will, yeah. And come here, if it had have had your name on it, if he hadn't have made a complete cock-up, would you have liked that gift of knickers and bras?
Yeah, because we were supposed to meet, like, it was supposed to be tonight. We were supposed to go out tonight.
For the first time?
Yeah.
And what's the deal with him buying you a dress and all that?
To wear for him.
And you were cool with that, were you?
Yeah, it was a nice dress. I picked it.
Oh, you picked it, all right, okay.
I picked the dress now. He just put the ad on.
Okay, so what was meant to be a nice romantic night out this evening has gone pear-shaped, basically.
Gone pear-shaped for him, not for me, because I have a nice outfit to go out with.
Fair play. All right, thanks very much, Danielle. What a bizarre story. Here's a WhatsApp voice note.
Good morning, Adrian. How are you doing? I have a Valentine's joke for you. This woman rings her husband and she says, "Hello, how are you? I'm in work here and 3 of the girls got flowers. They're beautiful." And the husband says, "That's why they got flowers." Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Cheers, Morris.
6797981 is our telephone number. Text, WhatsApp, or send a WhatsApp voice note to 0877989898. To win the prize, though, we don't mind taking your WhatsApp messages, but to win the prize, you have to actually talk to me on the air. We're talking to women who are in relationships with men who are just brutal. Barely buy a Valentine card, if ever. Zero romance. Or maybe give you a fantastic gift like a Hoover, a cactus, and a feather duster. Call me right now on 6797981. We'll feel sorry for more women straight after the break.
The sound of the city, from Sallynoggin to Swords. Dublin Talks. 98FM's Dublin Talks.
Ah, yes, love is in the air because, of course, it's Valentine's Day 2020, and I've got the romantic music here. Listen to this. And we're hearing about romance. Well, actually, no, we're not. We're hearing the exact opposite. We're talking to ladies who have no romance in their lives, even though they're in a relationship. One of our listeners who listens to the show regularly from Amsterdam in the Netherlands sent me this message. All these women have nothing to complain about. All I got this morning was a request to wash his clothes when I got home from work, and I can't even win the prize because I don't live in Dublin. Ah. Here's a WhatsApp voice note from Joey.
How you doing, guys? I've never, ever celebrated Valentine's. I've never got her a card or anything like that. I think it's a load of farce, to be honest. She doesn't seem to mind. No, I don't know if she's just saying that now or not, but I've never celebrated it. But a little tip, if you are going to do it, have an argument with her on the Friday or the Thursday night, have a little bit of an argument. Don't talk to her on the Friday, and then go down and get the half-price chocolates and the half-price flowers on the Saturday. Cheers, thanks, Joe.
Oh, the last of the romantics, Joey. Joey, you say she doesn't mind that you never do anything for Valentine's Day. She may well mind. In fact, she could be well about to talk to us on the phone here, because we're being swamped with calls from poor dejected women like Alice. How are you, Alice?
Hello.
Now, Alice, tell me your story, please.
Okay. Well, I got a nice big parcel of my ex-partner now. When I opened it, it was a very horrible brown handbag.
A very horrible brown handbag?
Yes, from Wish.
Oh, really?
Yes.
One of those fake leathery yolks?
Yes.
Probably worth about €1.
Yes, exactly what it was worth. And when I opened the zip, all the teeth fell off it.
Straight away? No.
Straight away, yes.
Now, you say, and I don't want too much information, but you say he's your ex. Is that part of the reason?
No.
Oh,
Well,
it didn't help.
no.
No, brilliant. Miserable L Wish handbag was did you even get a card with the Wish handbag?
No, I got a horrible matching brown purse.
Oh, Jesus. I mean, some of the stuff you can get on Wish is good, but some of it is utter rubbish. And he obviously picked the utter rubbish, did he?
Yes.
Thank you, Alice. Where are we going now? This is from Lorraine. Wait till you hear what Lorraine got.
Hi, Adrian. Lorraine here. My husband is that romantic that he booked the car in for NCT this evening, and I have to bring it. Thanks again. Bye.
Isn't he lovely? Where am I going now? Rebecca, you're on 98FM. Hi, Rebecca.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, thank you, Rebecca. God, there's some really pathetic men out there.
Stop.
You can beat this, can you?
Oh, I think so.
Yeah,
I think so. I'm married to my husband. I've been married 15 years this year.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of years ago, he was working late on Valentine's Day, which was a bit annoying, but okay, he has to do it. So he says, I'm going to go off and get you our presents, he says, and I'll be back in a while. So I was sitting there waiting.
All excited.
Anticipation.
Oh, lovely.
And he walks back in, and I'm looking, and I says, where's my present? He goes, I'll just give it a hand in the car, will you? I was thinking, oh my God, what am I going out to? You know, new car, whatever. Went out, here's 3 bales of briquettes in the boot. I said, what are they for? He says, well, the fact I'm not going to be here, the house is a little bit cold, at least you'll have the fire to keep you warm tonight. And that was his romantic tone for Valentine's Day.
So the
bales of briquettes.
The bale of briquettes was to keep you warm. That was his romantic gift for you.
That was his romantic gift because he wouldn't be there and the fire would keep me warm for the night.
Well, I suppose. I mean, he was thinking about you.
It gets worse.
Go on.
Every year since, he's just not. This morning, he stayed late this morning, didn't come out, go to work first thing, brought the little one to school, and he came with me, which he never does, and he says, I'm just running into the shops. And I was like, oh, that's great. I was thinking, last minute present, we have to run in. He walks out with a coffee and a Kinder Bueno. And he says, here you go. And I was like, what's that for? He says, happy Valentine's Day. I was like, thanks. Who says romance is dead? A latte and a half a Kinder Bueno. I said, thanks very much. And I wouldn't mind, he had to walk by all the chocolates, flowers, everything on special offer. He had to bypass everything to get a coffee and a Kinder Bueno.
That's madness.
So I'm now holding out any hopes for tonight. I said to him, will you be home early? Oh, no, I have to work late tonight. I'll catch up with you tomorrow.
So not even a card today?
Not even a card. Nothing.
Not even a text?
Not even a text, unless he comes home with one later on, but I doubt it. After 18 years, I think I'm used to it now. Every year, it just gets worse and worse. It just gets worse. The first year he tricked me. The first year we were going out together, but I found out later, his mother bought the flowers. He bought me a lovely big bunch of flowers, but that was obviously just to make first impressions. And after that, it's just gone slowly downhill.
You poor thing.
I know. But sure, look, I love him all the same. I wouldn't be without him. But yeah.
Not even a text.
Not even a text. Nothing.
Poor Rebecca. My heart goes out to you, Rebecca. Thanks very much indeed. 6797981 is our telephone number. You can text, WhatsApp, or send a WhatsApp voice note to 0877 98 98 98 like Bill just did.
My missus doesn't give a shit. Doesn't want anything. Hasn't said that about it. And the other time we were going out for Valentine's Day, it's what you that for? I told you get me nothing. I don't care. She's in work. I know she come home with nothing for me. I'm not really arsed. Couldn't care less. I might regret that, mind you.
You might. Yeah, you might, because you could be on the show here. Here's another WhatsApp voice note.
That girl's ex sent her a handbag from Wish. I think he's trying to give her the coronavirus. To be honest with you, I don't think she's reading deep enough in there.
That was a couple of years ago, though. Nikki, you're on 98FM. Hiya, Nikki.
Hi, how are you?
We've heard some fantastic Valentine's gifts. Hoovers, bales of briquettes, dodgy, cheap handbags from Wish. Now, your fella, in fact, we heard a message a couple of minutes ago about deliberately having a row.
Yes.
So go on, tell me.
Well, it was my birthday a few weeks ago, so he forgot to call me on my birthday, and I was so pissed out, and I said some words I shouldn't have said. He got angry, we got over that. It was his birthday a few weeks ago as well, and he brought up the same issue, and has not spoken to me since then.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so this morning, no text, no message.
Oh, no, nothing. Oh, no. So you're not talking at the moment?
No, we were talking, that usual, hi, what's up, okay, talk to you later, and all that, yeah.
But that's it?
I know, yeah, that's it.
So any sign of any breaking of the ice here? Will he surprise you and come around and say sorry and kiss and hug, no?
I don't think so.
Well, no.
Yeah.
It's an awful day to be not talking to somebody, isn't it? Valentine's Day, where you're having a row and it's awful. It's every day is an awful day not to be talking, but particularly on Valentine's Day. I mean,
yeah, it's never happened before now. And
how long are you together?
About 6 years now.
Oh, right, okay. Poor Nikki. Deborah.
Hi.
Deborah, I love the gift
Happy
that you...
Valentine's Day.
Thanks very much, Deborah. And in fact, somebody just texted in a second ago. In fact, just stay there for 1 second, because Alan sent me this WhatsApp voice note just on that point there. Hang on there for 1 second.
Good morning, Adrian. It's Alan from Clondalkin here. Adrian, I'm just wondering, why is it that men have to be romantic all the time? Why don't the women be romantic and spoil the lads sometimes? Very confused about that. Cheers, take care.
It's a good point, Deborah. Now, you did say Happy Valentine's Day, which I'm very happy about, but I know I won't get a card from my missus. She won't say Happy Valentine's Day to me, even though I gave her a lovely big card, a lovely big bunch of flowers.
But you don't give to receive, sure you
No, you don't. You don't.
You know what I mean? You give it because you want to give it. If you receive something back, it's great.
Yeah,
if
but that's true. So be it. But anyway, tell me about the gift that you got.
Yeah, it's many years ago now. I was handed a lovely box, got very excited, opened the box, and inside the box was a bottle of Jazz.
Jazz aftershave?
Jazz aftershave.
For men?
No, this is men's aftershave. Oh, yeah. All the girls are wearing it. I went, it's aftershave. You're handing me a bottle of aftershave. So he goes to me, but if you don't want it, sure, I'll take it back. So he took it back.
You took it back?
He took it back. I should have bloody known. He took it back.
Come here, are you still with him? And will you get anything?
20 years married, 40 years down the road.
And you're still with a man who gave you a gift of aftershave and then took it back?
I actually just thought it was hilarious.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, I did. I just thought it was hilarious. I just went, oh my God. It has improved now, in fairness to him. It has improved. I'm not really romantic either, but he rang me this morning at 6:30. He's in Germany, so he rang me this morning, Happy Valentine's Day, love. I went, Happy Valentine's. So, it's the small things. My whole thing is, you don't have to wait for one day. It's throughout the year. It's what's been done for you throughout the year. One day, if everybody just gets upset over one day, so that would be my take on it.
I mean, do you get anything? No?
Well,
does it bother you?
It doesn't bother me. No, it doesn't bother me. He's coming home with something nice today that he doesn't know about.
Oh, is he?
So, yeah.
What's in store for him?
I bought him a new watch.
Oh!
Yeah, his poor citizen watch died. So I bought him a new watch.
Not very nice of you. So if he comes home from Germany with nothing, there's going to be trouble, is there?
Do you know what? I know he'll have something for the girls. I have two gorgeous girls, so he always brings them in something. That's what it's all about, isn't it? You look after your kids. We're all big and bold enough to look after ourselves.
All right, good to talk to you, Deborah, because our final caller is Beth. Now, Beth, Happy Valentine's Day.
How are you, Adrian? Same to you.
And tell me, Beth, what did you get?
Well, I got a card, which I suppose is something, but he was going to cook me dinner tonight. I came home from town last night, and he says, did you get the stuff for the dinner? And I says, no, I thought you were going to do that as part of the present. And he's like, well, I can't make it now. And I says, they've loads of lovely bouquets of roses and that and little. And he goes, would you not have picked them up while you're in there? They'll be all sold out tomorrow. At least I got a card.
Get your own card, or get your own flowers.
Yeah. And sure, after my daughter was born 5 days before my birthday, and I was still in the rotunda after giving birth, and he came in with, do you remember the Wii Fit boards for the Nintendo Wii? It was like a workout kind of thing.
Yeah.
Came in with one of them for my birthday. I was only after giving birth. I could barely walk, never mind workout. So that's as romantic as he gets.
That's madness. Oh, it doesn't bother you though, no?
I don't know. Like, he's lovely in his own special way.
They all are, aren't they? Beth, thank you for your call. I just got a message. Lads, after a disagreement, this is what I got. Who said romance is dead? My darling... Sorry, so they had a row, okay? And he left this handwritten note in a copy, and it looks like it's written in a kid's copy. My darling wife, I am so sorry for what I said to you this morning. I hope all the housework I did around the house today made up for it. Love you loads. Yes, who said romance is dead? Isn't that lovely? All right, and one final WhatsApp voice note from... this is from Dermot.
Adrian, I came home a couple of years ago on a Valentine's evening to the wife, and she called me. She says, come on into the kitchen, I have something nice for you to eat. So I walked in, she's standing there, covered head to toe in strawberries and sprinkled the hundreds and thousands over. She says, well, what do you think? So I just looked at her and I says, I think you're at to eat me trifle.
That's brilliant. And just to show the romance isn't dead, this message came in to me. Lads, the pound shop is great. A nice big card, a little teddy, a few chocolates, and all for a tenner. And one final message. My dad is a stingy git. He doesn't get my mum anything every year. We have to convince him to get her something. Can you read this out on the air? He's beside me. Now, I don't know what daddy's name is, but seriously, after all these years, and you read what your child says in the message, you're a stingy... I'm not even allowed to say the word on the radio. You're a stingy turd. My husband woke with man flu this morning. Happy Valentine's Day to me. Okay, we did say we had a lovely prize to give away, and we have a prize of a €250 night out, or several nights out, at Harry's on the Green. By the way, this evening they have their official George Michael tribute event taking place this evening with brilliant Norris Stevens. So, we've picked a winner. And that winner was our very first call. Suzanne!
Adrian, I don't believe you.
Suzanne, how do you fancy a night out at Harry's on the Green, or several nights out at Harry's on the Green? You said you haven't been in town for years, so you're going to town, and are you going to take him with you?
Do you know I'm going to have to?
You're going to have to. I suppose you are. Yeah, I suppose you are. Yeah,
I can't believe this.
You can go along this evening if you want, but you don't have to go this evening. They have a special George Michael tribute night on tonight for Valentine's Day. So it's totally up to you. We'll get in contact with you and arrange all the details with you. But €250 to spend on dinner, on drinks, do whatever you like. You can go twice until you spend your £250 at Harry's on the Green. So well done, Suzanne.
Adrian, thanks a million. Do you know what? I wouldn't win an argument in this house. He's that easy going. I can't believe I'm after winning, but thanks a million, everyone.
Well, get on to him now and tell him he's taking you out and you're paying for it.
Thanks a million. Thanks so much.
All right, good to talk to you. Thanks very much indeed, Suzanne. Happy Valentine's Day. Scratch and match. This is something that somebody got as a gift. It says, Happy Valentine's Day. Scratch and match 3 to win the prize. And then you scratch the 3... and each one of them says a blow something. I'll leave it to your imagination. That's a really, really romantic gift. And finally, I got a pair of lace knickers from an ex. They were size 14. I'm an 8. Needless to say, the relationship didn't last. All right, thanks very much indeed for all of your calls. Some great stories there. You're listening to 98FM's Dublin Talks.
The sound of the city, from Stony Batter to Stepaside. Dublin Talks. 98FM's Dublin Talks.
And a very good morning. It is Friday. This is 98FM's Dublin Talks. And it's time for Good News Friday. Ba-dum-bum-bum-bum-bum-bum-bum. Good Good News Friday.
Sorry, stop the music.
What?
I thought we'd agreed after a poll that was conducted. Forget about general election 2020. 2 weeks ago on this show, we conducted our own poll, and listeners said that they don't like you singing.
No, nobody said that. No, nobody said that.
They actually did.
No, they didn't. One person did. It's
They said
Friday.
it
It's Good
wrecks
News
their heads.
Friday on 98FM. Ba-dum-bum-bum-bum-ba-dum-bum-bum. Now you got me doing it twice.
Does Ryan Tuberty sit there on a Friday night singing the theme tune to the Late Late
I'd say
Show?
he probably does, yeah.
He probably does.
Anyway, it is time for Good News Friday. Jeremy, explain to our listeners what Good News Friday is.
Okay, well, in the last 7 days, a lot of you will have had good news. In fact, everybody's had good news, and it can be something really, really small, or it can be something really, really big. Maybe your partner gave birth. Maybe you found out your partner was pregnant. Maybe you found, which is always good news, by the way, maybe you found money in your pocket that you didn't know was there. That's good news. Do you ever do that where you take a pair?
I did.
You take a pair of trousers out of the wardrobe that you haven't worn since the 90s, and you decide to put them on, and you put your hand in the pocket, and you find 5 punts in it, 5 old money. That's always good news. So good news can be absolutely anything, no matter how big, and no matter how small.
Absolutely.
And the idea behind this is that by you sharing your good news with us on the air, it makes everybody happy, because everybody likes to hear good news.
Absolutely.
Now, I've bad news for you, Adrian, to start it off this week.
Yeah, go on.
Earlier on in the week, many of you will have heard on the show that Adrian went off on one, and he was giving out about kids giving other kids Valentine's cards in school.
Yep.
And what did you say it was, Adrian? You said creepy. Was that the word you used?
I didn't quite say creepy, but I kind of sort of said creepy, yeah.
Adrian didn't think it was appropriate that when you're in primary school that you would give Valentine's cards to other kids. Well, my young fella, who we're going to talk to in a moment, is 5 years of age. He's in junior infants, and he and his mother stayed up till 8:30 last night, and Luke, my son, made Valentine's cards for every single girl in his class. And he's going to
Every single one of them?
Every single girl in the class. Well, there's only about 12 girls in the class.
God, he's a bit of a player then at his age.
He likes to keep his options open. That's what he likes to do.
So he made a Valentine card for all the girls in his class.
No, it gets better than that. Not only did he do that, he made little name tags to put on all their desks with hearts on them for every one of their desks today. Yeah, so he did. Well, you'll hear from him himself.
Okay.
And I said to him, by the way, Luke, Uncle Adrian... so Uncle Adrian thinks it's a bit weird to be given other...
I see where this is going.
And you know what Luke said? You know what his reply was?
Something to the extent of him.
Well, no, he didn't say that. He's only 5.
Oh, okay.
No, his answer was, and this is just true as God, his answer was, Adrian needs to learn how to spread the love.
Right.
Get yourself a heart.
If you have some good news that you would like to share with us, call us right now on 6797 981. Text, WhatsApp, or send a WhatsApp voice note to 0877 98 98 98. And with his good news, here is Master Luke Dixon.
He's allowed to do it.
Good morning, guys. Happy Friday. So my good news today is that it's Valentine's Day today, and I made Valentine's Day cards for everyone in class. Everyone will be so happy. Happy Valentine's Day. Oh, also, the Sam Maguire is also coming into my school today. So I can wear my Dublin jersey to school. And you guys know what the best news of all is? That I'm on my midterm break today. Happy Friday.
Yes, well
Call
done.
6797 981. Later, suckers.
Yeah, Sam Maguire's coming into the... he thought Sam Maguire was a person, by the way.
Most people do, yeah.
Yeah, no, he was originally, I assume,
He
wasn't
was, yes,
yeah,
of
the
course,
couple's
yeah.
coming into
Yeah.
school today. But no, fair play to him. I think that's lovely. What are you laughing at?
By the way, he said there he made cards for everyone in the class.
Okay, you see, in this politically correct world, we have to be very careful what we teach our children, yes?
Of course.
And I don't want to be teaching my child that men should only give cards to women, because you've all sorts of gender fluids and gender this and gender that, and everybody should give cards to everybody. But I said, for the sake of the radio, just say you gave them to everybody, but he literally only made them for the girls.
Oh.
He didn't make it. What, do you think it'd be appropriate for my son to give a boy a Valentine's card?
Yeah, why not? Yeah. Spread the love, isn't that what he said?
Spread the love!
Okay, it is time for Good News Friday. If you've a good news story to tell us, call us right now on 6797 981. You can text, you can WhatsApp, you can send a WhatsApp voice note to 0877 98 98 98. 0877 98 98
Here's a
98.
message for you from somebody that knows us both and who worked with us in the past, yeah?
Yeah.
I said, this morning, I've just tuned in the show, and this confirms what I've always thought about Adrian. Adrian has no soul.
Who sent that? Name names.
I can't name her name, but we both used to work with her many, many years ago. But she's basically accusing you of having no soul.
Oh, right. That's really nice.
Oh, sorry, it's your wife.
Oh
no, it's not. No, it is. It's a girl that we used to work with who's a bit upset that you were being negative about kids giving each other Valentine's cards. That's good news.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Thanks to Luke for his good news. What is your good news? Call us now on 6797 981. Sean, you're on 98FM. How are you, Sean?
Adrian, how are you? Good.
Sean, what is your good news?
As of last night, I'm a fully fledged archer. I did a 6-week course. A big shout out to Dundrum Archeries. Archery 6-week beginner's course.
Right.
So
now, archery, for people who don't know, is where you fire a bow to a target.
Yeah. Basically Robin Hood.
Sorry, who doesn't know what archery is, Adrian?
No, I know.
No, but you said for people who don't know what archery is. Everybody knows what archery is.
No, not everybody would.
Would they not?
No. So you're now an official archer. Is that what we call you?
Well, yeah. Well, I'm now, because we all got a certificate. Completed the beginner's course. I did archery many years ago and kind of gave it up, and then I was at an event back in November showcasing sports for people with disabilities.
Very good.
And in Sandyford, and so I went over to them. They had a stand, and they sold it to me completely. So I over the last 6 weeks, I did a beginner's course because it was kind of compulsory to do a beginner's course before like going regularly.
Mm-hmm.
So now I just have to sign up as a member, and then I'm all done. So I love it so much. It lets out kind of endorphins. Lets out stress. If those who feel stress,
that's fantastic.
I heard during the week. You guys talking about relieving stress, and that's one way for me that it relieves anxiety or stressful times. So
that is fantastic.
Shoot an arrow and then you're done.
Brilliant.
Yeah, I could just imagine now, Sean, myself. I get stressed in work sometimes. I can imagine going up to an archery place and getting a photograph of Adrian Kennedy and putting it on the bullseye and just firing arrows at it. That would really... Can I do that, Adrian? Is that okay?
Thank you, Sean.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Did you never do that when you were a kid? There's not one kid listening. Did you have a dartboard in your bedroom when you were a kid?
No.
Did you not?
No, not my not my bedroom. No.
Okay, bar Adrian, every single young fella when they were a kid in their bedroom, they had a dartboard with a photograph of their most hated teacher on it, and they used to throw darts at it. Or was that just me? Did you never throw darts at a photograph of a teacher that you hated?
No.
Oh, okay,
no.
It was just me.
Thank you. Now, Sorka, you're on 98FM. Sorka, what is your good news?
Oh my God, does it get any better? Happy Friday, everybody.
Happy Friday.
My chemotherapy treatment is going to be delivered. I got a phone call in 20 minutes from my house, and I know people go, what's so good about that? It's absolutely brilliant. It means it gives me another chance of getting rid of this MS completely and healing it. And I'm
amazing.
I am so happy. Yeah, this is just the best news in the world.
That is fantastic news.
Yeah, it's beyond belief. God bless the Germans for coming up with this drug, and I'm absolutely so elated. Yeah, I get to year 2.
So what difference will this make for you?
Okay, I did last year, was year 1. So basically over 5 days, it's 6 months of chemotherapy condensed into 5 tablets. You do that month 1, month 2, you do another 6 months over 5 days in tablet form. Last year I'd lost the feeling in the left side of my hip. I got 98% of the feeling back.
Right.
So I'm aiming that this year 2 round is going to do God only knows what to me.
That is amazing.
That is just such great news, and I'm elated.
I have my fingers and toes crossed that it goes really well for you,
thank
Sorka.
you so much. It's brilliant news, and nobody's going to kick me down this weekend.
Oh, you sound like you're on cloud 9 there.
Do you know what? I think your health is your wealth. So, yeah.
Absolutely,
brilliant.
of course it is.
So, happy day, and everybody have a good Friday.
Happy Friday.
Happy Valentine's Day as well.
Oh, that's a load of me arse.
Oh, Jesus.
Good luck. Thank you, Sorka. That's brilliant news. You can't get much better than that. Alan, I'll be with you straight after the break. What is your good news? It can be something really significant like Sorka's news, or it can be something fairly small and trivial, but for you it's good news. Good News Friday continues after the break. It's 11 o'clock across Dublin. Good morning, this is Adrian Kennedy, this is 98FM's Dublin Talks, and this is Trish with Friday's top headlines.
Thanks, Adrian. The price of on-campus student accommodation is set to rise from September. DCU, UCD and Maynooth University are all increasing rents by 4% in some cases. That's the maximum allowed under rent pressure zone rules. A man is due in court this morning in connection with the discovery of drugs worth €130,000 in Finglas. Gardaí searched a property on Gortmore Road yesterday and found cannabis worth €100,000 and 30 grand worth of cocaine. The Royal College of Surgeons has been given the green light for a new education and research building at its city centre campus. The €90 million project will involve knocking down 2 office blocks in the Stephen's Green area to build research labs and student facilities up to 7 stories high. And more than 5,000 children in Tala have signed up to a free book scheme supported by a country star, Dolly Parton. Last year, Ireland became the 5th country to adopt the book gifting programme. It sees children get a free book posted to them every month until they turn 5. And you're up to date on 98.
Oh yeah, you're finished now, are you?
I am finished now,
Thanks,
yes.
Trish. Happy Friday. This is 98FM's Dublin Talks, and every Friday at around about this time we bring you Good News Friday. Are you ready? Here we go. Bum, 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 bum. Good News Fridays, where we ask you to share with us your good news story. And Trish, the first thing she said is, my good news is... it's Friday!
Yeah. Shit, I can't wait to get out of this kip for the weekend.
That's what she said. That is what she said.
I didn't say kip.
Oh, she said everything but the word kip. Yeah. Thank you, Trish. Yeah, what is your good news? Lots of WhatsApp voice notes coming in to us, and let's play a couple of them. Good news. This is from Joe.
Adrian, my good news is I got my new work uniform yesterday, and I got this lovely new fleece, and it feels absolutely lovely. lovely. Happy Friday. Happy Valentines as well, suppose.
Thanks, Joe. He got a new fleece as part of his work uniform. Fantastic.
When you work for a company that has a uniform, I've always wondered this.
Yeah.
We don't have a uniform. We can wear whatever we want. And in fact, one of our presenters won't even wear shoes into work.
yeah.
That's another story. Do you pay for the uniform yourself?
Depends on the company you're working for. I know companies like, I think Ryanair charge you for your uniform.
No, they don't.
I think so. But no, most
say
companies.
Argos or McDonald's or anything.
I wouldn't think you've.
The uniform's free.
Yeah, I would think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Where am I going now? This is somebody reacting to Luke's good news.
Oh, that's so cute what Luke did. Like, that's just lovely. He's the sweetest little boy. Adrian, it's not creepy. It's lovely.
Yeah, Adrian.
It's so lovely. My little lad, he's going to school now at 1:30. He's in a little school for autistic kids, but there's one girl in his class. We got her a little card, a little lollipop, a little bear, a little rose, and he's 3 female teachers. And we got all them, a little card, a little rose, a little lollipop. But he wrote on each of the teachers' cards, like, I love you the most, and P.S. will you be my only Valentine, and you're my most favourite teacher ever. So I can't wait for half one today to give all that out.
That's brilliant.
See what you're forgetting about Adrian, as we just discovered 10 minutes ago, he has no soul.
Apparently.
A black heart.
Apparently so.
That's what he has.
Now, Alan, you're on 98FM. How are you, Alan?
Good, lads. How are you? Friday. Happy Friday.
Happy Fridays. Right now, Alan, what is your good news?
Well, my good news is I finally got my ex-girlfriend's name off the house I'm living in after 2 years of going back and forth with solicitors and stuff like that.
And did you have to buy her out?
I did, yeah. That wasn't the issue. You're trying to get a mortgage
Yep.
it's hard enough to get a mortgage.
Of course,
then after a couple of months, then she kind of put solicitors on me, and I was like, it wasn't an issue that I didn't agree not to pay her. It just takes time to get a mortgage, and after going back and forward, and then when we agreed something last year, and it's been dragging on for another year. So yesterday, the official, her name is gone, and that's it.
That's fantastic.
And the thing is, you can't move on once that
sort of thing is hanging over you. Yeah.
That constantly in your mind for
right. So it's closure, basically.
Exactly. Yeah. And every Friday I kept saying, I can't wait to tell them lads me good news.
That is great news. I'm delighted.
So literally, you've been holding out till Friday to ring 98FM and tell us.
No, I only got 100% confirmed yesterday.
Oh, brilliant.
That is brilliant. That's good news. And like we said, it's closure. You can move on with your life now. And
exactly.
Yep,
do you have a new woman?
No, nothing serious. So no big Valentine's Day.
Oh, so you got out of buying anything for Valentine's Day, didn't you?
It's just a card and a teddy.
Well, who'd you give a card and a teddy to if you're single?
No, I didn't say. There was nothing serious.
You're being very cagey about this.
Yeah.
Have you got a woman, yes or no?
Well, dating somebody, yeah.
Dating
I don't know what you call it, yeah.
Is it a Tinder thing, is it?
Bumble.
Sorry?
Bumble.
What's Bumble?
It's another dating yoke.
It's another dating yoke.
Okay.
All right, good man, Alan, and congratulations. That's great news
Thank
for
you.
I'm delighted for you. All right, thanks very much indeed. My good news Friday is I'm heading over to Ireland on Sunday to spend a few days with my daughter, and that's from Alain, Alain, Alain. Not Alan.
Okay.
Alain, who lives in France.
Can I share some good news with every single one of you that just came in? Now, this isn't good news for me, but this is going to put a smile on every single one of your faces.
Go on.
Because as you know, Brexit has kicked in.
Yep.
And they're officially out of Europe.
Correct, yes.
And, the Brits have been telling us for the last couple of years, we want out of Europe. We want nothing to do with Europe.
Yep.
Is that what they've been saying?
Yep.
Well, earlier on today, a man on Twitter, this tweet has literally just gone viral, and it's put a smile on a lot of people's faces. So it's this Englishman, and let's see where he's from. He's from Leicestershire in the UK.
Yeah.
And his name is Colin. And Colin decided that he wanted to go to Amsterdam for the weekend.
Fantastic.
Isn't that lovely? Isn't that lovely? But what Colin forgot was that he and his country folk voted for Brexit to come in. And of course, the article, what's it called? It kicked in a couple of weeks ago.
On the 31st, yeah.
And Colin put up a tweet there saying, I'm absolutely disgusted with the service at Schiphol Airport. Schiphol Airport is, of course, the airport in Amsterdam. 55 minutes we have been stood in the immigration queue. This isn't the Brexit I voted for. It is the Brexit you voted for.
Oh, that puts a smile on my face.
It really does. And this isn't an anti-Brit thing by us, but it's the fact that a lot of English people who voted for Brexit didn't realise the consequences. Half of them go to Spain on their holidays. And the fact is that if you are a member of the UK and you're going to a European country on your holidays, like Colin going off for his lovely weekend in Amsterdam, you're not going to be at the EU queue, you're going to be at the other queue.
Yep.
Look at them all queuing there.
I'm delighted for him. I look forward to going on holidays and seeing a similar queue with us Irish just walking past.
Are you going to do an Elson in The Simpsons?
Yeah. Anyway, that is what they voted for. Anyway, Kelly, you're on 98FM. How are you, Kelly?
Hi, Adrian. How are you?
Good, thank you, Kelly. Now, Kelly, what is your good news?
So, I was on the other day. Do you remember I was saying my little fella broke my kitchen table?
Oh, yes, I do. Yes.
Well, all is forgiven. We found a lump on his leg a couple of years ago, and we've been battling for the last nearly couple of years to try and get it sorted with the hospital. But they weren't taking it seriously enough. They kept saying it's only bone, but instinct told me it was something else. It turns out, and actually it's a tumour in his leg. But we got the results yesterday. It's benign, so it's been absolutely like stress until yesterday. It's the best thing I could have ever heard.
That's fantastic. So
I'm sorry, was this just a lump that appeared on his leg out of nowhere, was it?
Yeah, it was, but it started kind of getting bigger and bigger, and the doctor was insisting it's bone that was just growing abnormally, but wouldn't do any tests and everything else, so they were just insisting that it was just bone. But I kept bringing him back, and turns out it actually is a tumour that he has. But they're going to remove it. It's going to cause him no problems. He's perfectly healthy.
That is fantastic news.
So, all is forgiven with the kitchen table.
Yep, well, no, I can see why it would be. That is brilliant. I'm delighted to hear that story.
Because you were fairly angry with him for breaking your table the other day, weren't you?
I was. But instead, all is forgiven now. It doesn't matter. That's materialistic stuff now.
Absolutely. That is really, really good. Fantastic news. You can't really beat that. Thanks, Kelly. And just one or two more. In fact, let's play a couple of your WhatsApp voice notes. Okay, here we go. This is from somebody who's heading off to a match.
But I said for the sake.
Morning, Adrian. My good news Friday is that myself and Paul Bourne will be going over to watch Liverpool versus Palace in a few weeks' time. And Liverpool will be crowned Premier League champions. And John O'Brien will be sitting at home watching the smelly Manx. Thank you. Chuckle too, over and out.
Chuckle too. I presume the smelly Manx are Manchester United.
Yeah, of course they are, yeah. Kieran is heading off to a hotel for Valentine's Day.
My good news Friday is that I'm not in work today, and on top of that, I'll be on my way down the country to a 4-star hotel for tonight and tomorrow, with deep tissue massage and everything, booked by my girlfriend. Can't wait. Weekend's going to be lethal.
Lethal?
I tried to book a hotel there the other day. Oh my God. A hotel that we normally stay in Wexford, yeah? And you normally get it for, I think you get it normally for $150 a night, and that includes a meal and stuff like that. Well, they were charging $300 with no meal included.
Well, I'm working in Cork tomorrow, and I thought I'd go down to Cork tonight and have an extra night in Cork, yeah?
Yeah.
Do something in Cork. Couldn't get a hotel for under €150. So, no.
Well, that's not bad. And was that a room for one?
No, it's just a room.
A room for one?
That's not even breakfast.
It was a room for one?
Well, yeah, may as well be. Pete is heading to London.
Good news, lads. I'm heading off to London in the morning. Going to take in some sights. Going to bring the little one to her favourite character, the Harry Potter experience. Can't wait, because it's her birthday. She was 11, so happy birthday, Tegan. Dad loves you, Mum loves you. Yeah, good news Friday. Boom, boom.
Fantastic. Evan is going to his very first game at the League of Ireland tomorrow.
How is, lads? Good news Friday here. Biggest game of the year is the first game of the League of Ireland season tomorrow. Rovers and Bows. Come on, the Hoops. Big shout out to Robbie and Compu B as well.
All right, good man. Thank you, Evan. And, here's a very excited person about finishing exams.
My good news Friday is I finished 2 weeks of exams and now I have a week off school. Yes!
Literally, we could have someone on the show that just won the lotto and they wouldn't be that happy.
It's a nice feeling when you know you finished your exams. All right, thanks very much indeed for all of your good news stories this week. They were brilliant. And we do Good News Friday every Friday right here on 98FM. Okay, now, next on the programme... Oh, yeah. Here's a bit of a dilemma, and I want to see if you can help this mother to deal with the dilemma that she is having. Erica contacted us last night wanting this to be raised. Have a listen to this. This is very interesting. Advice would be welcomed, says Erica in her Facebook mail to us last night. My daughter just turned 16 last week, and she wants a tattoo. She's been saying it for the last year, in fact, pestering me every single week. She draws on her hand and her wrists sometimes, and I don't mind as long as she washes it off. She wants a musical note tattoo on her wrist because she's big into music. She's a good child and does what I say and everything else. She gets good grades. I've been telling her no for so long and told her to wait until she's 18 and then she can decide for herself. I'm afraid that she will regret it because teenagers change their mind on things every day. But she and I are falling out over this, and she says I'm holding her back. I don't want to be the stick-in-the-mud parent because all of her friends now have tattoos. I don't know. Am I being too overprotective? Can you ask listeners for advice? Obviously, this mammy would have to give parental consent for her 16-year-old to get a tattoo. And obviously, that's why the young one is saying, you're holding me back, mammy. And it's a conversation that we have never had. There is no legal age in Ireland for getting a tattoo. Most tattoo parlours, however, will not tattoo somebody under the age of 18 without parental consent. So what do you do when your 16-year-old daughter wants to get a musical note tattoo on her wrist? Do you just say, okay? Or is it something, or maybe you're somebody who got a tattoo at a very young age and lived to regret it? Call me right now on 6797 981. You can text, WhatsApp, or send a WhatsApp voice note to 0877 98 98 98. Within seconds of mentioning this very first WhatsApp message come into us, and it says, I got a tattoo when I was 16. I don't like it now, so tell her to wait until she's 18. So at 16, we think we know everything, don't we? And, you know, we think we know our own minds, and I'm 16 and I want to get a tattoo, and that's it. You don't think about the future. And that message from Pete there, he instantly, now he regrets getting it done. He doesn't like it. Call me right now on 6797 981. Text, WhatsApp, or send a WhatsApp voice note to 0877 98 98 98.
The sound of the city, from Drumcondra to Dorky. Dublin Talks. 98FM's Dublin Talks.
It's Friday morning. Good morning from Adrian Kennedy. We are here until midday today, and our telephone number is 6797 981. You can text, WhatsApp, or send a WhatsApp voice note to 0877 98 98 98. 0877 98 98 98. Now, I want to talk to you about this message that we got through our Facebook page last night. And by the way, if you're not on our Facebook page, you should be. You just click like on our page, which you will find at facebook.com/Adrian K and Jeremy D. Facebook.com/Adrian K and Jeremy D. You'll see us there. Click like on our page, and then you can send us messages to your heart's content. Anyway, advice would be welcomed. My daughter just turned 16 last week, and she said she wants a tattoo. She's been saying it for the last year, in fact, pestering me every week. She draws on her hand and wrist sometimes, and I don't mind as long as she washes it off. She wants a musical note tattoo on her wrist because she's big into music. She's a good child and does what I say and everything. She gets good grades. I've been telling her no for so long and told her to wait until she's 18 and then she can decide herself. I'm afraid that she will regret it because teenagers change their minds on things every day. But she and I are falling out over this, and she says I'm holding her back. I don't want to be the stick-in-the-mud parent because all her friends are getting tattoos too. Am I being too overprotective? Can you ask your listeners for advice? So she's a 16-year-old. 16-year-old wants a tattoo and Mammy is saying no. Chris, you're on 98FM. How are you, Chris?
Yeah, I'm good. Yourself?
Good, thanks, Chris. Now, you think Mammy should give in?
Yeah, like, you know, I firmly believe it. Learn from your own mistakes. Like, I got tattoos when I was young that I regret, but at the same time, if I really regretted them, I'd just get them removed, you know? I think just let her learn from a mistake. And
I know, but getting them removed isn't all it's cracked up to be. It can go pear-shaped trying to get them removed sometimes. You can be left with awful scars and...
Well, this is it, you know, but like tattoos in this day and age as well, it's just a common thing now, isn't it? You know, it's...
no, I agree. I mean, yeah, I agree. Every second person has a tattoo, but this Mammy is worried about, and it's on her wrist, it'll be a musical note, and she thinks that she will regret it.
Yeah, maybe not on the wrist, maybe come to a compromise, like on an ankle or something that's not going to affect it in later life at job interviews or, you know...
So
on your hands.
So what sort of tattoos did you get when you were younger?
So obviously I'm from Liverpool. I got I got a liver bird tattoo on the top of my arm, and well, I'd say I was about 17, and it looks more like a chicken now, you know, as I've got bigger and older. So it's no, like I do regret it, and I don't regret it. You know, at the time I really wanted it, and you know,
then you got it,
and I got it, and then like now, you know, it kind of makes me laugh now, thinking how stupid I was when I was 17. But
okay, but and this is the expression, you can't put an old head on young shoulders. This mother wants to prevent her having the sort of regrets that you have.
Yeah, but at the same time, you can't shelter them. You know, she's going to probably go off and get her ears pierced, but you know, you can't shelter them from everything at the same time. You know, if she really wants it, she's going to go off and get it, isn't she?
But she can't at this moment until she's 18, because most places won't tattoo an under 18 without parental consent. So she does need her mammy to say yes.
Yeah. well, yeah, I was 17. There's definitely places out there that if there's a will, there's a way, you know what I mean?
Okay, so or she'll just walk straight out the door on her 18th birthday and get one done. But anyway, you think let her make her own mistakes, basically?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, stay there for 1 second. 6797981 is our telephone number. Niamh, you're on 98 FM. How are you, Niamh?
Hi, Adrian. How are you?
Now, Niamh, you're saying that there's not much difference between 16 and 18.
Well, I know there is a difference. There's a maturity difference, but at the end of the day, look, the mother gets the final say because I'm sure the daughter wants the mother to pay for it. You know,
possibly, yeah.
They're not cheap. You know, they're not cheap. So maybe say to the daughter, look, you can have one, but you save up for it. I don't care how long that takes. You save up for it, you pay for it yourself. If a kid has to pay for something themselves, they really want it. Also,
I wouldn't have a clue now, to be honest, because I don't have any tattoos myself. How much would a musical note tattoo on your wrist be?
Most places that I know of, it doesn't matter what the size of the tattoo is. The prices start in and around, well, down here anyway, in and around €60 regardless. And that's just so that the tattooist is making money for his time. So I think it doesn't matter if you're getting a dot or you're getting the start of something. They'll start off at a certain price. The sounds of it sounds like a very small tattoo if it's a musical note. It sounds small. It's on probably the inside of her wrist, which can be covered with a watch or a sleeve if she's going for an interview.
Right.
You can also, for a female, you can get makeup that cover. Women do it for weddings.
Sure, what's the point in all that? I mean, what's the point in getting a tattoo if you're not proudly showing it off?
Because you know, and I know that if you go for certain job interviews, some places might take a view of it.
But isn't this exactly the mammy's point? Isn't this exactly what she's worried about?
Yeah, but at the end of the day, it's probably going to be a very small tattoo. It's maybe sit her down and say, look, does this particular tattoo mean something to you? I mean, she's not going out and just getting something that sounds like it's trendy. It sounds like something that means something to her. If it does, you know what?
Well, no, she's into her music and that, and she wants a musical note, and that's her thing, and I understand that. But what Mammy is basically... I'll give you an example, Niamh. My own daughter, when she was about 15, 16, every week used to say to me, I'm going to get a tattoo, I'm going to get a tattoo, I'm going to get a tattoo. And this went on and on and on. And I, like this Mammy, said, wait till you're 18, wait till you're 18, wait till you're 18. And she did, and then she didn't. If you know what I mean.
My daughter did the same thing.
Yeah, she waited until she was 18, and when she was 18, she obviously realised, no, I don't actually want one at all.
Yeah, my daughter did the same thing, and I don't have a leg to stand on because I have a tattoo, so I couldn't be the one to say, oh, they're horrible, because she'd say, well, why did you get one then?
Yeah.
So I didn't have a leg to stand on.
But that's my point. That my own daughter, she's now 23. She has no tattoos.
Same as mine. She changed her mind. She didn't want it after all.
So, but had I... I'm sure Mammy would have had something to say about it, but had I at the time said, oh, all right, love, come on, I'll bring you down, we'll get you a tattoo at 16, she'd still have it. That's the point I'm making. By the time she got to 18, you're saying there's not much difference between 16 and 18. By the time Laura got to 18, she just wasn't arsed anymore.
Well, same with mine. I think, look, tell her to save up for it, and that'll put a stop to her cost for a while because they're not cheap. So... I don't know, maybe she has money, but just say, look, I'm not funding this. It's not something I 100% agree with, so I'm not funding it. So when you can afford it. Yeah, and to be honest, there are a lot of, I know for a fact the tattooists down here won't touch anyone under 18.
No,
doesn't matter whether you have all your parents' consent.
Yeah, most reputable places won't.
Well, that's it. Bring her into a reputable place and get the tattooist to explain to her why he doesn't tattoo under 18s, because they have their reasons. So get him to explain it to her and say, look, if you want it done right and done well, I'll do it for you when you're 18, but let him explain it to her, because they have very valid reasons why they won't tattoo an under 18-year-old.
Okay, because it is, let's be honest about it, a tattoo isn't like an earring. No. It's not like a piercing. You can't get rid of it. You can, but it's a very difficult process to get rid of it. It's a permanent fixture, basically. Tanya, you're on 98 FM. Hi, Tanya.
Hi, Adrian. How's it going?
Good, thank you, Tanya. Now, you got your first tattoo at what age?
I was 11 when I got my first tattoo.
11?
11, yes. And by the age of 17, I had both my arms covered, my hands, a little man on my leg, a small tattoo on my face. And
on your face?
On my face, yes. And I was in college. I was a good kid. It just got crazy into tattoos. And I turned 20 and started going at my friends and wanting to wear really nice dresses and the tattoos. I kept my hair really long past basically my bottom so I could cover my tattoos with my hair. And that was it. I got laser treatment and it took about a year and a lot of money.
To get rid of them?
To get them lasered off. And thank God I do not have one scar. Now, I did go to the best that we had at the time.
So, okay, firstly, take me back to when you were 11. You got your first tattoo at 11. How in God's name did you get a tattoo at 11?
I was in school and working part-time in Smithfield, and we used to walk. We'd get paid on the Saturday, and we'd walk into Dublin City Centre. Mm-hmm. And I won't name the tattoo shop, but there was a guy there that basically just would tattoo you at any age. You just walk in, he would be stoned out of his head. He had his own little tattoo shop down the laneway, and he put a Black Panther on my arm crooked. I had crooked tattoos, because I was young and naive and hadn't thought them out, just went in at the spur of the moment because I was walking past the tattoo shop and loved tattoos, and it was a silly phase I was going through.
And I assume that your first tattoo at the age of 11 wasn't visible at home, was it?
Yeah, my dad was a British soldier, and I grew up with seeing my dad with tattoo sleeves, and I really admired my dad, hard-working British soldier, and I admired his tattoos, but each one of his tattoos meant something.
Do you mind me asking, just out of curiosity, Tanya, just going back to when you were 11, how many years ago was that?
Well, I'm 38 now.
So 11, 21, 31. So nearly 30 years ago, not far off 30 years ago. So back in the late 80s or 90s, was it?
Yeah, around the 90s, early 90s.
Early 90s, right? Okay. Now, luckily, I would say you would be very hard pressed to find a tattoo artist in Dublin today that would tattoo an 11-year-old.
No, you wouldn't.
No, okay, so that's something. But the most important point about this is that the tattoos that you got when you were a teenager and you thought you were the coolest thing and you thought you were brilliant, you ended up spending a small fortune to get them all taken back off again.
When I was 20, it took from the age of 20 to 21 to have them lasered off for the whole year.
So it's not like you even started regretting it when you were in your 30s. This was something that no sooner did you turn into your 20s, you were regretting it.
I was regretting them by the age of 18. And I just couldn't afford it at the time, and then was working after school and college, and that's when I committed. Every 3 weeks I'd have to go for laser treatment. And every 3 weeks you would have to pay a small fortune for your laser treatment.
Okay, so what would you advise this mammy who, as we heard, her 16-year-old wants to get a tattoo of a musical note on her wrist and mammy is saying no?
To think about things like her prom dresses, And
no, but you see, the fact of the matter is, I'm sure this mammy has said everything and given all the reasons as to why she shouldn't get one. But the young one wants it, so what does mammy do? Does she let her do it?
Wait till she's older, at least 18. At least 18, where she's more mature and, please God, has grown out of it, because, please God, she would. And if she
like I said, and I'm happy enough that I kept saying no to my own daughter. And she used to always threaten me with it. And then by the time she became 18 and she could go and do it herself, she never did. So I'm kind of happy that I kept saying no.
Yeah, I think if the mother could convince her daughter to wait, and then she will see when she's starting to go out and she's beautiful dresses on and she's doing things with her friends. Tattoos, on a girl's arms. You know, me personally now, I just don't feel they look, you know, nice on a girl when she's in her dress or when she's getting married. Because I was thinking of all these things, and I had a daughter as well, and I didn't want her seeing her mum with all these tattoos as well. But I regret them from the age of 18, and I had them from 11 to 17.
All right, stay there for 1 second. 6797981 is our telephone number. Text, WhatsApp, or send a WhatsApp voice note to 0877 98 98 98. Elaine, you're on 98 FM. How are you, Elaine?
Hi, Adrian. How are you?
Good, thank you. So you have loads of tattoos.
Yeah, well, I got my first one at 16. Like most girls, as we call it, I don't know whether I'm allowed to say, the tramp stamp that all the 16-year-olds get on their lower back. I had that done when I was 16, and then when I had my daughter 7 years ago, I got her arms tattooed, her hands tattooed on my back. Now, I didn't like any of them, so what I'm doing now is covering up all the ones that I didn't like.
And what age were you at that stage, Elaine?
I started, well, it was 7 years ago when my daughter was born was when I got her hands tattooed. But I'm in the process of covering this up the last year and a half. So,
you see, this is the worry that parents have, that okay, her young one she wants to get it, and Mammy is saying no because she can see into the future and see a time that she might regret it.
Yeah, well, she's 16. She probably will regret it. Most of us do when we get our first tattoo. But she's looking for a small little music note. If she doesn't like it, in a few years, she can get it covered up to a flower or something else that she likes, or she can just get it removed. No big deal. It's only a little tattoo. And come here, if she has no pain threshold, then she'll probably never get another one as long as she lives in anyway.
Yeah, actually, if you want the honest truth, one of the reasons I never got a tattoo ever in my life is because I wouldn't be good with the pain of it. Okay, so you reckon she should let her do it?
Yeah.
Not try to talk her out of it until she's 18?
No, it's only a tiny little tattoo she wants. Let her get it. And as I said,
because like I was saying a couple of minutes ago, and in fact, I'm texting my daughter as I'm talking to you. And my daughter, when she was 16, was on and on and on, and I'm going to get one, and we kept saying no. And then she turned 18, and I'm just after checking with her, does she actually have one now? She's 23, and no, she doesn't. So I'm kind of glad I said no.
You know, that way I just went into town and got it done, and then when my mum and dad seen it years later, they were just like, I just told them it was a transfer, and then eventually they just knew then.
Okay, another Niamh on line one. Niamh, you're on 98 FM. Hiya, Niamh.
Hiya, how are you?
Good, thanks. Now, you reckon there's a compromise here somewhere, do you?
Yeah, I was thinking if she allowed her daughter to get a henna tattoo, which only washes off after, a month?
Yeah.
It'll give her an idea of what a tattoo would be like, and if she doesn't like it... I'm
sure she knows what a tattoo will be like. The difference between a henna and a real tattoo is... if she gets a real tattoo, it's there for life, unless you go and get it lasered off, which, as you heard, isn't cheap.
Yeah. But at least with the henna, it can wash off.
Yeah, but I would have thought if she wanted a henna, she would have gotten a henna tattoo.
Yeah. And
I understand that they're not permanent, but I think it's the permanence of tattoos is the attraction for some people. Adrian sent me this WhatsApp voice note just a couple of minutes ago.
When I was younger, I wanted loads of piercings and tattoos. My mum said, well, when you can pay for them yourself, you can get them. So I saved up and I got my ears pierced twice. I now have my ears pierced about 7 times on each side, and I have 2 tattoos. Like, you have to make your own decisions, and if you regret them, you regret them, but sure, look, each to their own.
Okay, thank you. Kelly, you're on 98 FM. How are you, Kelly?
Hiya.
Now, your mammy actually brought you for a tattoo at 17.
Yeah, I had a part-time job, so I had my own money, so it was my money I was spending, and I literally just walked into the living room one day and told my parents that I was going to get a tattoo. So I was like, this is what I want to spend my money on, this is the type of tattoo I want to get, this is where I want to get it, and I'm going to do it. And I was the kind of kid
that I was going to do it either way, and I wasn't asking for their permission. I was just letting them know that I was going to get it done, and I think they kind of knew that as well, that either way they couldn't put me on lockdown. I would have gone out of my way.
But did you not need parental consent, no?
No, like I'm 35 now, so it was 17 years ago.
Okay, yeah, because like I said, the vast majority of decent tattoo parlours in Dublin will not tattoo somebody under 18.
Yeah, and rightly so as well. But like then, back then you could get away with it, like, and there was no asking for ID. Like nobody had ID then and stuff, so it was completely different. But yeah, my mum then was like, okay, well, if you're going to get it done, I'm going to go with you and make sure the place is clean. And see, that's what I'd be worrying about with this girl. If she's exhausted every avenue with her, if she's done the whole, no, you can't, or you don't have the money, the girl has saved up for it, whatever, if she's exhausted all avenues, I'd be afraid she'd go and get it done and
in
wouldn't
some
get it done in an appropriate
in
place
some backstreet place. Yeah.
And that's where I'd be afraid, because that's what I would have done at that age. I was getting one. I'd made the decision. I had looked up the picture. I decided where I was getting it done, and it was a long time ago now, but I don't regret it. It was, I have other ones I've gotten since then. I have a couple. I've like 5 or 6 small ones, and I've other ones that I've gotten since then that I regret more, and I got them as an adult. So, I definitely don't regret that one, and I would have done it either way. And
so you think that this mammy, rather than take the risk that she'd end up going to some backstreet parlour, she should go with her and let her do it?
Yeah, or not even backstreet. Like, I know of people who have the machines at home.
Yeah, no, I've heard of that myself. Yeah. Okay, so give in. And finally, Nolene, you're on 98FM. Hi, Nolene.
Hi, Adrian. How are you?
Now, tell me your story.
So I brought my son and my daughter. He's now 25, my daughter's 23. I brought them to get their first tattoos. Like that, they had their ideas that they wanted. Now, they got tattoos in remembrance that their nanny had passed away.
Okay.
I tried to talk them over, because when I was 30, I got my first tattoo. The tattoo artist was stoned out of his head, so the tattoo was supposed to be my husband's name and the 2 kids' names. But I now have 2 men's names on my arm.
What?
That shouldn't be there. Yeah.
So what names did they put? Did he put?
It should have been Sean, Peter, and Sarah, but now I have Sean, Peter, Sarah, Sean on my tattoo. And it's the worst biker's tattoo ever.
Oh my God.
Married, I had to make sure my veil was covered in tattoo. I had to make sure what way I was standing, the way the bride stands a certain way, a certain side. Yeah. So my advice to that mammy is, make sure, like, if she is going to get it done, to go with her, because, like, your man was absolutely off his rocker when he done mine.
And did you not notice he was making the balls of it?
Oh, no, I had no pain threshold at that time. My pain threshold was bad. And I was just
so you were looking away the whole time?
Yeah. And then he said to me, well, what do you think of it? And I went, why is the 4 names? But it's a big biker's tattoo. I mean, it has the big thorns coming out and the roses and all that carry on.
And have you ever gone to look about getting it removed?
Nah, I couldn't be bothered. It's on my shoulder, so I wear long-sleeved. I have one that I got in Portugal done for my granddaughter, and it's absolutely fantastic. I have it on my wrist. And if she's going to get in the wrist, like, it's a small thing, nobody's going to see it. If someone said you could cover a watch or a sleeve, you know what I mean? And it's not like she's going out to get a big snake or something, you know what I mean?
No, she is talking about a musical note tattoo on her wrist.
But if you're going to
as I said to you, Nolene, a minute ago, I was that parent when my daughter was that age, and I kept saying no. Yeah. And I'm kind of glad I did now, because she never went and got one in the end.
See, some children are different. Some kids will keep at, like my 2, and I knew they were going to go and get it.
Yeah.
So it was better off that I went. Now, they're lovely tattoos. My son actually has his whole arm done, and he has on his back the clock broken at the time that my mum passed away, on her portrait on his back, and his daughter's hand on his back. But he
anyway, the point being, we have predominantly decent tattoo parlours here in Dublin now, so you're not likely to have a balls up made like that. But anyway, great story. Thanks very much indeed, Nolene, and thank you all of you for your calls. This is 98FM's Dublin Talks. It's Friday, and on the way after the break, we have our Say What You See quiz. If you want to take part, call us right now on 6797 98.1. You can text here's what I want you to do, Send us a WhatsApp with your name and the word quiz. to 0877 98 98 98. Okay, that's what I want you to do. Send me a WhatsApp with your name and the word quiz. Send it to 0877 98 98 98, and we'll play our Say What You See quiz after the break. Once again, WhatsApp the word quiz and your name to 0877 98 98 98. And then when we call you back, actually pick up your phone, because we'll put you on there and you can play the game. It's next.
The sound of the city from Balbriggan to Blanchardstown. Dublin Talks. 98FM's Dublin Talks.
Now it's time for our Friday quiz, our Say What You See quiz. It's the quickest quiz on Irish radio. It lasts maximum 10 minutes, which is good going. If you want to take part in the quiz, call us right now on 6797981. But better still, actually, WhatsApp the word quiz and your name to 0877 98 98 98. And Aisling may well call you back very soon. Are we ready?
Yeah, ready to go. We have the cards here, yeah.
Jimmy is our first contestant. Jimmy, welcome to 98FM.
Good morning, how are we, boys?
Good, thank you, Jimmy. Now, Jimmy, who would you like to play with, Adrian or Jeremy?
Go with Jeremy this morning.
Okay, Jeremy this morning. So you know how this works. You have to guess what's written on these cards, and you've 1 minute to do it. Are you ready?
Yeah, no dilly-dallying now, yeah?
No dilly-dallying. Okay, all right, here we go. Your time starts now.
This is something that you would have said when you were younger at the disco, and if you wanted your friend to be with your other friend. Will you...
You want to dance with me, mate?
Will you what?
Will you dance with me?
Yeah, will you dance with me, mate, or will you meet me, mate? Yes.
Okay, that's the right answer. Here we go. Here's your next one.
The wipers on the bus go...
Swish, swish, swish.
That's exactly what they do. Correct. Here is your next one.
This is a song about travelling down to Clonmel, and it's going to take you a hell of a long time, because it's a long way to Tipperary.
It is a long way to Tipperary. Here comes your next one.
This is the song by Ace of Base. She leads a lonely life.
All that she wants is another baby.
Yes, is the right answer. Next one.
Oh, this is what my mother calls dinner when she's asking me, do I want some? Do you want some?
Your mother says this?
Yeah, she still says it to me. Do you want some?
Nom-noms.
Nom-noms? Jeez, that'd be very weird. No, you say it to kids sometimes. Do you want your...
Din-din.
Din-din is the right answer. Here's your next one.
This is something you teach your children, not to talk to people they don't know. It's called...
Talk to strangers.
No, but it's called Stranger...
Stranger danger.
Stranger danger, yes.
Is the right answer. Jimmy, you said no dilly-dallying. There was no dilly-dallying. You got a great score of 6, so well done.
Fantastic. That's a winning score today.
You never know. Good man. Thanks very much indeed, Jimmy. That's a great score. It's a brilliant score. So, contestant number 2 is online this time.
Did you just break that button, did you?
Just breaking in my hand.
The equipment's all broken.
Rebecca.
Hello.
Hi, Rebecca.
Hey, guys.
Now, Rebecca, welcome to 98FM. Who would you like to play with, Adrian or Jeremy?
We'll play with Jeremy today.
Play with Jeremy.
Yeah, I'm on fire today. Score is 6.
Score is 6, okay. So, Rebecca, you have a minute on the clock, and your 1 minute starts now.
Now, this is something that some members of Sinn Féin say, but they probably shouldn't. No, not up the other thing. Chucky or Law, yes.
Is the right answer. Here's your next one.
Oh, this is remember in school, yeah?
Yeah.
Remember pi in school in maths?
Yeah.
What was pi?
It's mathematical thing. 180 degrees.
Yeah, but what's the number? Pi is...
Squared.
Pi squared? No, pi, there's a...
Good luck with this one, okay?
No, will you give them a chance? Come on, there's about 10 of you there. What is pi?
Equals 2 maths plus.
Hello?
Hello?
What's have you any idea of what pi is? What number is it?
180.
180. Now that's the top score in darts. Good God.
Okay, in maths in school, pi is a certain number. What is it? You do know what pi is. Come on.
No, this is a disaster area.
That's your fault, Jeremy.
Oh, it's my fault that you didn't pay it. Yes, it's my fault that you missed from maths school.
Yeah, Rebecca, you were brutal.
I know.
All right, good luck. Kelly is next. How are you, Kelly?
All right, yeah, how are you?
All right, yeah, how are you?
Adrian, I tell you, I just want to make a bet with Adrian here, Kelly. Hang on a sec, Adrian. I'll give you my week's wages.
Your week's wages?
My week's wages.
Yeah.
If Kelly gets pi.
Okay, Kelly.
Yeah.
Do you know the numbers in pi?
No. But I'll have a guess.
Okay.
2 by 3.
2 by 3.
2 by 3. Okay.
Number 5.
Number 5.
Okay, number 5.
Higher than 5.
6.
No.
10.
No.
It's
Nobody.
Valentine's Day. You can give it to me for nothing.
Just skip the question and put it to the texters, Adrian. See if anybody knows. Nobody will know.
Nobody will know.
I'll
No.
do it.
Yeah, they'll Google it.
Oh,
No,
they will
there's no
Google
point in
it,
putting it to the texters. They'll just Google it.
Do you know what pie is, though?
No, it's something you eat.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. And that's why it's brought up in maths class in school. Okay, now you ready?
I know what it is. It's a pie where you hang on. Is it 15?
No, seriously, this is embarrassing.
I'm thinking about it. Shut up, just ask.
Okay, right, just ask the question. So you ready, Kelly?
I am, yeah.
Okay, you've a minute. Oh, sorry, who are you playing with, Adrian or Jeremy?
I don't know. Oh, Jeremy, come on.
Jeremy, go on. Okay, here we go. His voice is lovely.
Oh, it is.
Said nobody ever.
Yeah. Okay, come on.
Okay, a minute on the clock and your 1 minute starts now.
Okay.
Oh, this is about a dragon, and he lived by the sea. What was his name?
Loch Ness.
That's a fair answer. No, his name was something.
I don't bloody know. I'm only up out of bed. Go on, the next one.
Okay, he was a magic dragon. What was his name?
Pete the Dragon.
Pete the Magic Dragon. No. He's a magic dragon and he lived by the sea.
Puff the Magic Dragon.
Puff the Magic Dragon.
Yes.
It's the right answer.
Thank you.
Here we go.
Oh, this is what grows on trees and you put them in pies?
Apples.
And they're not big apples. What are they?
Oranges.
No, not
big apples.
No, they're the opposite of big apples. They're not big apples. They're
small apples.
Yeah, they're little apples. And what happens when they fall off the tree? You get more. Little apples will
grow bigger.
Yes, they will. They will. Little apples will. Come on. Little apples will.
Little apples. I can't think. Little apples will grow again.
Will grow
Yes,
again.
that's the right answer. Well done. Kelly, you got an amazing score. But it's much more amazing than I thought you were going to get. You got 2.
Oh, I'm delighted.
Kelly, why are you only getting up out of bed at 5 to 12?
I'm not actually. I work on night shifts in Stewart's there. I'll shout out to Stewart's in Parmastown.
Oh, very good.
And I just can't sleep.
You just can't sleep?
You can't do a quiz either.
So what time did you finish at?
8 o'clock this morning.
Oh, very good. Stuart's doing
okay, lads.
Stuart's doing brilliant work.
But
you win absolutely nothing.
Have you worked out what pie is yet?
No, I'll Google it. I promise.
Go on, give me a number.
Google everything.
Give me a number.
Pie 6.
Pie is
okay,
6.
6. Okay. Thanks, Kelly. Bye.
No worries.
And by the way, a big shout out to everybody in Stuart's Care. They do some great work. I've done lots of work with Stuart's Care. So well done. Thanks, Kelly. Now next,
What?
Yeah. Orla.
Hi guys.
Hi Orla. Do you know what pie is?
No, pie in the sky.
Pie in the sky.
I haven't got a clue what pie was.
Sorry,
I know it was 2 little numbers and 2 little dashes.
Well, how would you find out the area of a circle?
Who wants to?
What?
I know.
No, nobody does.
The area of a circle. It depends on what circle you're on about.
That's very true.
And can I just tell you, look, nobody knows what pi is.
Really?
So all of those years of maths teachers trying to ram it down our throats was a complete waste of time.
And I know why people are trying to Google.
Exactly. Science
yeah, they're trying to Google it.
And people are Googling and they're spelling it wrong because it's not the spelling you think. They're all Googling this.
Oh, yeah, but whatever. Okay, are you ready? Are you ready, Orla?
I'm ready.
Orla, you have a minute. Oh, sorry, who are you playing with, Adrian or Jeremy?
Adrian.
Adrian, okay. You ready?
Come on, Adrian.
Yeah, okay. Orla, you've a minute on the clock. The minute starts now. Here we go. This is a word for people who are up their own arse, really. They've got something. No. They've got something about themselves. They think they're wonderful. They've got. It begins with the letter N. Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus, I don't know.
Don't think she has it.
No, I wouldn't think so. No. It's somebody who's gotten
somebody who eats avocados for lunch.
Yeah, they've got no
money in their pocket.
No
notion.
Notions. No, that'll do. Yeah, no, that'll do.
Good luck with the next one, Adrian.
Oh, that's a load of hieroglyphics.
the song from Greece. We go.
Okay, you ready? The song from Greece. Yeah, we go together like
shoot 'em up. Together forever.
No, we'll try it again. We go together like
llama, 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 chicken.
Oh my God!
You got the right answer. Come on, Dixon, you're so slow. Oh, this is when you put something off. You put it on what?
I put it on hold.
You would put it on hold?
On the long finger.
You put it on the long finger. Orla, you got 3.
Did I win?
No, that's not good.
It's not good, actually. That's not good at all. There's nothing to be woohooing about.
Come on, give us all something.
Yeah, you got 3, and the winner of our quiz is Jimmy, who got 6. So congratulations, Jimmy. We'll be in touch with you in a couple of minutes.
Nobody knows what pie is.
Nobody knows. No. They're all texting in random rubbish,
like
to be honest.
66.
Yeah, no, ridiculous. Have a great weekend. We're back Monday morning at 10. Barry Dunn is next. He's got some great music lined up, like these.
I'm way too good to you. How do you sleep when you lie to me?
The sound of the city from Adamstown to Artane.
Dublin Talks.
98FM's Dublin Talks.